My name's Vinny and I go to the University of Waikato in New Zealand. I take a Bachelor of Law conjoined with a Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in Sociology and Political Science. So the company I'm working at is ACSV Legal, which is a private international law firm that specialises in cross-border transactions. So a lot of the work that I was doing was related to business development, and basically that's trying to get more clients for the firm and creating publications and other stuff like that. I received the Prime Minister's Scholarship for Asia, which is funded by Education New Zealand, a New Zealand government agency tasked at improving New Zealand's international education links, among some other domestic tasks as well. To get this scholarship, you basically need to demonstrate how your internship program or an exchange program will benefit New Zealand's trade, business or academic links. When I was in New Zealand, I did a bit of shopping around for internship providers in Vietnam, and the reason why I liked Intern Vietnam so much is because it seemed that they actually cared about the overall experience that we had in Vietnam as opposed to just our internship. And being here in Vietnam, I can say that that's very much true. To add to that, their amazing staff here, namely Cindy and Vicky, have been some of the most amazing, helpful people I've ever met. And I'm not just saying that, I do truly mean that. Coming to Vietnam, I wasn't too sure what to expect in the accommodation side of things. However, I was positively surprised at my accommodation. The room that I had a balcony overlooking the mini street outside, and it gave me real good insight into, I guess, what life is like for a typical Vietnamese person, and those are the experiences that I want here. I think being in Vietnam has made me a much more holistically minded person. In Vietnam, obviously I came and did a law internship, but I was allowed access and exposure to different community organisations, working in social issues and heaps of other things. So I've taken more away from this experience than just purely an understanding of Vietnamese law, but I've come away with it with a experience and exposure of Vietnamese social issues. And that's one of the brilliant things about coming to such a dynamic country, is that there are those opportunities there to enrich your experiences. Another skill, or I guess rather experience, that I got at ACSV Legal was the ability to work in an international law firm. Seeing how one lawyer is working on something or a company based in the United States and another is working on a locally based company, that sort of experience gives me an insight and exposure into what it's like. And another skill that I learned at ACSV Legal, and in Vietnam in general I guess, was self-management and self-discipline. Being in a different country and being in a different working environment to what you're used to puts those values into practice, and that is probably one of the most valuable skills and practice that I'll take away from this experience. Because of Vietnam's position in Southeast Asia, I was able to travel quite a lot while I was over here. So I managed to get to Cambodia and some other locations inside Vietnam itself, so Vung Tau, Ha Long Bay, Hanoi, places that I've always wanted to go to learn about the history, culture and food of the places. On my third night in Vietnam, I was lucky enough to be able to go on a food tour in some districts of Ho Chi Minh City. Ever since that night, I have been in awe of how amazing Vietnamese food is. The Vietnamese people manage to make amazing food out of simplicity, and that's probably one of the biggest things that I will miss about Vietnam, both its people and its food.